Okay, YouTube, it's Kev here from the Kev Baker Show. Now, great show last night with the guys from the Rundown Live. If you didn't catch that, get it over at truthfrequencyradio.com or on the website here, kevbakershow.com. Night before, we had Nano Girl breaking down the X-Files. But today, I'm going to be talking about volcanoes, CERN, earthquakes, UFOs, all in the one video. Now, it could end up being a bit of a mess all over the place, but this is kind of the reality show into my waking up. So it's just one take. I don't edit any of these. We'll just go for it. And I've been talking about the earth changes that are going on, and namely the amount of volcanoes that are popping off. Now, I was talking about planetary alignments that were going on in the sky. Here's one of the major volcanoes that popped off again, and it's at Popocatépetl. I think I just about got that right. But if we watch a bit of this here, this is one of the major volcanoes over in Mexico. Now, this has led to evacuations. And if we actually come to this really useful website here, this is RSOE. Now, this shows you all of the kind of events that are going on in the world right now. And it's quite staggering when you look around and you see all of the actual volcanic activity. If we just click on this here, this will take us down and show us what I mean. Just from December to January, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 new volcanic eruptions going on. And this is why I started looking at these earth changes, because they did seem to be picking up in frequency. Now, at the time, like I said, I was talking about planetary alignments, maybe even when the news of Planet X coming in hit the mainstream, that could be causing this kind of thing. Or what else could be causing it? And of course, I've been working very closely with Mr. Anthony Patch. Now, Anthony has been coming on to the Kev Baker Show to talk about CERN for over a year now, I believe. And he has taught us so much. And we share emails back and forth all the time. And Anthony takes so much time out of his hectic schedule to kind of school me in what is going on with CERN, physics, etc. Now, when we share these emails, sometimes I don't put the information out because I don't know if it's for public consumption. However, it wasn't that long ago I was just asking Tony about the volcanoes, the earthquakes, and the sounds in the sky. Now, he wrote me a really long email answer, and we even ended up, Anthony put it out as an article. And the article is called "The Grand Finale is Coming, CERN and Strange Sounds Heard Worldwide." I'm just going to read this out to you here because it says, in regards to the booms and strange sounds, Kev Baker emailed author and researcher Anthony Patch to ask his opinion, which Mr. Patch gave and sent over to All News Pipeline as well. So this is what it goes into. It says here, I chalk this up to the changes already made by the LHC prior to its intermission before the grand finale, and indeed it is coming. The magnetosphere and atmosphere, along with the core itself, are moving of their own accord, and it's not even the one made by Honda. Recall, if you will, the production of Strangelets. Remember those mini black holes? And it says, there he goes again, occurring at anything from 10 tera electron volts and above. Now then, since at least April of 2015, the LHC has been producing large amounts. I don't have the figures, not yet at least, digging along with Mr. Wabbit, of these condensates. Sorry guys, we drink a tea, wet the mouth again. And one of the three characteristics, besides explosive, is their ability, due to their heavy centre of mass, to fall to the centre of the Earth. Another characteristic, strangelets are stable. All other matter is not. Therefore, they attract ordinary, unstable matter, anything, to themselves. This characteristic is why I've dubbed them cousins to the black hole. Black holes are pure and utter nonsense, however, here they make a good analogy. This is the process by which a neutron star is formed, not created. The telluric currents are very much alive and kicking through the atmosphere, apart from the LHC. How? Due to the changes taking place within the magnetic core of our tiny blue marble, rolling along through the electrified plasma. And remember, this is an electric universe we are living in. Despite all the talk of gravity, it is an electrical universe. This is, by the way, is why we are still experiencing high earthquake and volcanic activity, even with the LHC switched off, as it were. The core is rumbling, literally getting up ahead of steam as the strangelets gather up surrounding matter. Gravimetric waves, once induced by the superconducting magnets of the LHC, stem from these condensates, these strangelets that are now down near the core of the Earth. Therefore, not only has the magnetosphere and atmosphere been permanently altered, likewise the lines of magnetic force induced by these ongoing disruptions of the core. This is akin to changing the density, therefore the shape of the handheld magnet. The patterns of the magnetosphere and plasmosphere are altered in their morphology. These lines propagate gravimetric waves through magma. Just scroll down a bit here. We're almost there now, guys. Here I would like to redefine gravimetric. Gravity, in reality, consists of magnetic lines of force, both from the core itself and now from the three characteristics of the quark gluon condensate, the strangelets. It's all about electricity, plasma, and electromagnetism, not gravitons as those associated with CERN and the LHC would like us to believe. To sum up, the continued, as before, manifestation of the strange sounds being heard, along with earthquakes and volcanoes, are due to the actions of the strangelets and emanation of altered magnetic lines of force from the core. I will from now on refer only to magnetic waves, replacing the irrelevant term gravimetric waves from my vocabulary. This will only get stranger, my friend. And it goes on to say in physics, the gravitation or the graviton is a hypothetical elementary particle that mediates the force of gravitation in the framework of the quantum field theory. It doesn't even have any mass, the graviton. So, getting back to what we were talking about with the volcanoes, it could well be, guys, that what we're actually looking at is a direct result of what has been going on at CERN. I know it sounds utterly crazy, right? But how many times did we talk about this machine's ability to actually have an effect on the planet? Maybe see some kind of earth changes. Here's another one, just on the 26th. People fleeing from earthquakes over in Mexico, days after being told it was going to erupt, the Colima volcano in western Mexico. So when we're looking at these volcanoes popping off, and they seem to be coming more frequently now in the news, all the time, bear in mind what could be causing this. Strangelets. Quark gluon condensates that are now making their way down to the core of the planet, producing new magnetic lines of force. Now, we know that animals follow magnetic lines. Maybe that explains why some of them are washing up on beaches and things. Totally out of where they should be. Out of whack. Really, 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 we need to pay attention what is going on. Now, the LHC is off. They're going to be off for some time. Towards the end of next year, they're going to be colliding protons and lead particles. Now, we're going to be looking into what that really means. Are they going to be altering the time stream? Sounds crazy, doesn't it? Stay tuned, because that might just be the case. But, you know, when it comes to these volcanoes, let's go even more woo here. Because as I was looking through all the volcanoes that are popping off, come across this. And this here is a volcano. And it's this Colima volcano we were talking about. And I'll just play this here. We're about to see an eruption taking place. And you will see an object flying from this side of the screen from right to left just before they erupt. There we go. Now look at that. Now then, Some of you will probably say, well, that could well be an airplane, Kev, and it could well be. Not for me, though. It's going far too fast and far too close to an active, burping, spewing volcano. And when you look into UFOs, you don't have to look hard to find that UFOs and volcanoes, they aren't really uncommon in going together. What I mean by that is we've seen umpteen videos of UFOs round active volcanoes, sometimes flying down into the actual volcano itself, flying along the top of them, in and out the smoke pile that's coming out of them. It really begs the question, what is the attraction there? Is there some kind of energetic force? Are they trying to siphon off some kind of energy that we are not aware of, that we don't tap into at this time? Possibly. I don't know. Could it be that there's some kind of way that they manipulate the energy and the heat coming from the volcano to open up wormholes for space travel, interdimensional travel? Wouldn't be the first time we've heard of craft emerging from mountains. And look at the mountains in America. You've got Mount Shasta, Mount Graham, and you've got the Native Americans. They absolutely revere some of these mountains. And what they say is they were stargates for the gods at one time. Makes you wonder, really, doesn't it, then, when you see these modern UFOs today? If we'd been back at the time when it was just Indians running about, the Native Americans, we maybe would have called them gods. We wouldn't have had any kind of reference point. And then, if it is a Stargate or something like that, that really brings into the equation somebody who really absolutely fascinates me, and that is Leonardo da Vinci. Because he's said to have wandered deep into a mountain, into a cave, and disappeared for 2 years, and then came back full of all the knowledge that to this day we still utilize. He was designing things that really, up until now, we didn't have the ability even to invent. Think of submarines, stuff like that. So where did he go when he went in the cave? Did he have some kind of encounter? Did he travel through one of these dimensional portals? The kind of dimensional portal that we've been talking about possibly opening up at CERN. All sounds really, really crazy, right? No, not anymore. This is 2016. We're living through the apocalypse. And the apocalypse is the end of nothing. It's the revealing of everything. So I'm telling you guys, anyone out there who says they're bored right now, holy hell, open your eyes, open your minds. This is absolutely amazing. Now, I'm almost out of time, 13 minutes. I suspect not many of you will even have made it to here. But a couple of thoughts before you go. And this comes from my good friend Anthony Patch, anthonypatch.com. Jesus is a particle, and prayer is quantum entanglement with Christ. A couple of things for you to think about. And tonight we're going to be on the Kev Baker Show. Unfortunately, Mr. Clyde Lewis has had to cancel for tonight, but I will be pre-recording over the weekend with the big man himself, the host of Ground Zero. So that's something to look forward to next week for all you Wookiees out there. Myself and Johnny will be live 11 p.m. tonight, 6 p.m. on the East Coast, 3 p.m. on the West Coast. I'm going to finish my tea. I'm going to go and get my hair cut. You never know. You might even see me on video again sometime soon. Doubt it, though. I've got a face for radio. Anyway, guys, take care. God bless, and speak to you all later. Reality show into my waking up. So it's just one take. I don't edit any of these. We'll just go for it. And I've been talking about the earth changes that are going on, and namely the amount of volcanoes that are popping off. Now, I was talking about planetary alignments that were going on in the sky. Here's one of the major volcanoes that popped off again, and it's at Popocatépetl. I think I just about got that right. But if we watch a bit of this here, this is one of the major volcanoes over in Mexico. Now, this has led to evacuations. And if we actually come to this really useful website here, This is RSOE. Now, this shows you all of the kind of events that are going on in the world right now. Okay, YouTube, it's Kev here from the Kev Baker Show. Now, great show last night with the guys from the Rundown Live. If you didn't catch that, get it over at truthfrequencyradio.com or on the website now. And it's quite staggering when you look around and you see all of the actual volcanic activity. If we just click on this here, this will take us down and show us what I mean. Just in from December to January, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 new volcanic site here. KevBakerShow.com. Night before, we had Nano Girl breaking down the X-Files. But today, I'm going to be talking about volcanoes, CERN, earthquakes, UFOs, all in the one video. Now, it could end up being a bit of a mess all over the place, but this is kind of the